Guys, hello, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Geneva. This is Geneva in general. And guys, I can't believe this game occurred tonight. First and foremost, a lot has gone on tonight. The WNBA, apparently my Chicago Sky, we whooped the Portland Fire. Again, I couldn't really watch and pay attention to that game because I was too busy getting into contact with Gmail and YouTube to recover my previous channel being Geneva in general because somebody hacked my freaking account and decided to run a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency scam. Let me find out Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces then hacked my YouTube channel and account and trying to get my stuff deleted. I don't know, guys. I'm not sure. Again, I've went through the seven, what is it, 5, 6, 7 stages of grief. Again, I'm gonna continue to reach out to YouTube. Okay, I'm waiting for them to reply to send me the recovery account form for me to fill out in order for me to possibly, hopefully, proceed and move forward and maybe get my account back. But again, the show don't stop. Okay, the grind don't quit. Okay, this is what I like to do. I enjoy this. Is just a hobby for me, a side hustle. I like to talk about women's basketball. I like to talk about things in general. So welcome back to my channel, Geneva in general. Guys, apparently I'm going to talk about Phoenix Mercury versus the Indiana Fever and how they kind of got their lick back, literally. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. I ain't going to lie right now, guys. It's late. It's 12:13 a.m. I'm so sick of this WNBA schedule. Why is it so many games in one night, back to back to back? Why can't they spread it out throughout the day, or better yet, spread it out throughout the week? I'm so sick of this. So, of course, unfortunately, I was too busy, trying to contact the people for me to actually sit down and pay attention to the Chicago Sky. But again, I'm happy for us. Again, I'm rooting for us. Yeah. Portland Fire is an expansion team, but it is what it is. Okay, a win is a win. I looked at the score. At one point, it was 70 to 95 points. I'm like, we're up 25 points. At least somebody winning something tonight, right? And then I was like, you know what? After I had went through my 7 stages of grief, or how many stages of grief it is, and YouTube saying they might, hopefully they'll get back to me soon. I'm like, you know what? Let me call the Atlanta Dream going up against the Golden State Valkyries game tonight. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Before this game started, I was worried and concerned. Again, Golden State Valkyries, they just got whipped twice by the Las Vegas Aces in 1 week. They've been low-key, been on, somewhat of a losing streak. And Atlanta Dream, they've been on the up and up. They done whooped the Indiana Fever back-to-back. They whooped Toronto Tempo back-to-back. This is their first, I believe, on the road game in two, maybe going on 3 games. And I was worried because, again, the Golden State Valkyries, that arena, their fans, they just are so vivacious, so loud and boisterous that, they literally just affect the entire atmosphere and energy of the arena. Specifically when it comes to the opponent, okay, of the Golden State Valkyries. And again, guys, the Golden State Valkyries turned the Atlanta Dream into a freaking nightmare in tonight's game. It's a miracle that the game concluded with the Atlanta Dream only being down 11 points, which is still, in my opinion, an 11-point blowout. The game concluded with the Valkyries having 77 points to the Atlanta Dream 66 points. Would you believe me if I told you Angel Reese still, somehow, some way, managed to get a double-double? I believe in the third quarter, she had 2 points. In the third quarter, Ryan Howard had 2. Alicia Gray had 2. Alicia Gray, I believe it was the second or third quarter, she got injured, walked off to the locker room. I ain't seen her again. I'm like, man, the Golden State Valkyries got to stop. They put up 15 3-point shots. Kayla Thornton, when did all of a sudden you have all this audacity? Of course, I already knew Gabby Williams had it. Again, Gabby Williams is Gabby Williams. She was hot. Her hands was hot in tonight's game. Cecilia Zanasalini, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She was putting up 3-ball shots. It's even in the fourth and final quarter where the Atlanta Dream actually outscored the Golden State Valkyries, we would try to get closer and closer. We were within 10. Within 10. We were down 20-something points in the second quarter. At the fourth and final quarter, we were within 10. And then Kayla Thornton just started bombing us with the 3-point shots. Xana Salini started bombing us with the 3-point shots. I'm like, this ain't fair. Again, in the first quarter, they had me fooled. The Dream ended the first quarter being down just 4 points. It was 18-22. Again, the Atlanta Dream has this thing where it takes them some time to warm up. Okay, it takes them some time for the thermometer, that thermostat to, get a little hot. I'm like, it's no big deal. It's just the first quarter. They're down 4. Surely they're going to get their stuff together. No, because in the second quarter, they only scored 9 points compared to the Valkyries' 22. Ain't nothing nobody could do. Angel Reese got her shot blocked so many times it didn't make no sense. Everybody was getting blocked. In the third quarter, the Dream put up 13 points to the Valkyries' 19. It was a struggle for low-key both teams. Obviously, the Valkyries still outscored them. But in the fourth and final quarter, the Dream put up 26 points compared to the Valkyries' 14. Again, even though they lost, okay, don't get it twisted. In my opinion, it was an 11-point blowout. You gotta give them some credit. They showed resilience. Okay, because at one point, let me see. Let me turn to my other tab. At one point, the biggest lead that the Valkyries had over the Dream was 26 points. They cut it down to 11 points. Give me a break. Give the girls some credit. Angel Reese still got a double-double. This team is not like, they just don't go away, okay? And somebody was on, on Twitter, I was like, watching people tweeting while, watching the game live. It was like, maybe this is just, one of those games where the Dream just needs to lose in order to get their stuff together. Remember, guys, and just the other day, when the Atlanta Dream hosted the Toronto Tempo and beat them, in the first quarter, remember they were up 23 points. And then that game concluded with them. They still won, but they only won by 7 points. And it's a video that was going viral because after that game concluded, you see Naz Hillman. She got them all in the huddle. She said, listen, we can never play like that again. Our defense sucked. In tonight's game, the Atlanta Dream, their defense sucked, as well as their offense. It's a miracle. I'm looking at these team comparison stats. Both the Valkyries and the Atlanta Dream in tonight's game, they both tied 43 rebounds apiece. Damn. Valkyries had 20 assists. The Dream had 16. Valkyries had 5 steals to the Dream 6. The Valkyries had 7 blocks to the Dream's just 3. Yeah, they was blocking everybody. It was so sad. It was so sad. The Valkyries had 12 turnovers to the Dream's 11. When it comes to shooting from the field, the Valkyries shot at 45%. The Atlanta Dream at just 39.1%. When it comes from shooting from the three-point line, my God, they had 15 of them. The Valkyries shot at 46.9%. The Dream at just 22.2%. And when it comes to shooting from the free throw line, the Valkyries shot at 66.7%. The Dream at just 54.5%. We got to get into the individual player stats, guys. The Valkyries, starting with them, of course, they are the winners. Kayla Thornton had 17 points, 5 rebounds. She was 5 of 10 from 3. My goodness. Gabby Williams had 23 points, 5 rebounds. Kia Stokes had 1.5 rebounds. Yeah, she was blocking Angel Reese. Cecilia Zanasalini had 14 points, 1 rebound. Veronica Burton had 8 points, 5 rebounds. Janelle Salon had 6 points, 1 rebound. Letitia Amahir had 6 points, 1 rebound. And Kyla Charles had 2 points, 3 rebounds. Let's turn it over to the Dream. Ryan Howard had 12 points, 5 rebounds. Naz Hillman had 2 points and 2 rebounds. Again, man, last game, after y'all beat Toronto Temple, you said it yourself, our defense sucks. We can never play like that again. Why did you play like that, Naz? Come to the front of the classroom and explain yourself, Naz. Angel Reese, again, shout out to her. She had a double-double. She had 10 points and 12 rebounds. Jordan Canada had 8 points, 4 rebounds. Alicia Gray had 8 points, 1 rebound. Sika Kone had 4 points, 3 rebounds. Medina Okot had 16 points, 5 rebounds. Tahina Paopao had just 2 points and 2 rebounds. India Navarre had 2 points, 1 rebound. And Isabel Borlase had 2 points, 1 rebound. Yeah, the Dream got whooped, guys. But again, to me, they still showed a lot of resiliency to cut down that point deficit. In the fourth and final quarter, to put up 26 points compared to the Valkyries' 14 points is not, something to sneeze at. Again, shout out to Angel Reese. She still got a double-double. Again, I know at the end of the day, at the end of the night, okay, I'm ready to go to bed, child, they still lost. And it was a very embarrassing display of basketball, looking at that second and third quarter specifically. But that fourth quarter, it shows that if they just keep up with it and they actually play some defense and they actually can outshoot their opponents with three-point shots and not allow their layups and mid-range shots to get blocked and stolen, okay, and get silly turnovers, they can come back. They was giving the New York Knicks, okay, when the New York Knicks make that huge comeback, what was it, in game 4 of the, the NBA Finals that just happened like 2 weeks ago? The Knicks came back from a 29-point point deficit at half, going up against the San Antonio Spurs. So again, shout out to the Atlanta Dream. Again, maybe they needed this loss. Maybe this is what they need to have happen to propel them and wake them up, okay, for what's to come in these upcoming weeks. Again, dubs in the chat for the Golden State Valkyries. Atlanta Dream, y'all got some work to do.